Hello students, 11th standard English FL, the Laburnum top, poem number 2. We are going to discuss the figures of speech used in this poem. We'll go line by line. The Laburnum top is silent, quite still. This word silent and still both have the same meaning. Sometimes the poets do what? They want the reader to pay attention to a particular meaning, and that's why they use two words or more than two words for a particular meaning. They only want to stress on the meaning. Okay, so silent and still both have the same meaning. That means peaceful. Okay, no movement, that is it. So when there are two words or more than two words used for a particular meaning, it is called tautology. Okay, sometimes you can also find unnecessarily the words are used, but the poet's aim is only to stress on the meaning which he wants to convey. Okay, next, in the afternoon yellow September sunlight. You see yellow, this word yellow, it should be used before the tree, the laburnum tree. You could say the yellow laburnum tree, or it can be used for the goldfinch bird, the yellow goldfinch bird. But instead of that, this word yellow has been used somewhere else. Its place has been transferred. Okay, इसका place जहाँ होना चाहिए था वहाँ नहीं है, इसको कहीं और यूज़ किया गया है, ओनली फॉर अ पोएटिक इफेक्ट. ठीक है, मेन एम होता है पोएट का पोएटिक इफेक्ट देना. तो कभी कभी क्या करते हैं, वो एडजेक्टिव को, यानी जो कोई क्वालिफिकेशन आई मीन किसी भी मीनिंग में थोड़ा बहुत इसमें ऐड ऑन करते हैं, ऐसे एडजेक्टिव्स को वो कहीं भी ट्रांसफ़र कर देते हैं. तो दिस इज़ एन एडजेक्टिव एंड इट हैज़ बीन ट्रांसफर्ड, तो यू विल कॉल इट ट्रांसफर्ड epithet. Epithet means adjective. Okay, and the next one, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. A few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. The whole line is euphemism. Euphemism means whenever any unpleasant thing is presented in a less unpleasant way. Okay, for example, if someone dies, though we don't say he died, means it's very hard for the listener to bear or to tolerate, so we just change our way to say the same thing. We say he took his last breath. Okay, or we say he is no more, as the doctor says in movies you have seen. And you can say he will never come. So these are the expressions used for he is dead. So he is dead is very unpleasant, and he is no more is less unpleasant. Okay, so here also you can find that the poet does not say directly that the leaves are dying. Okay, the leaves are dying, the seeds are already dead. ऐसा वो नहीं बोल रहा है. He is telling the same thing in a less unpleasant way. He says the leaves, a few leaves yellowing, that means it is time for the leaves to shed, to die, and the seeds have already fallen, that means they are dead. So it is euphemism. In the same line you will find some more figures of speech. For example, few and fallen, fur. This sound is repeated. So when a sound, especially consonant sound, is repeated, you will say alliteration. Okay, alliteration. The next figure of speech in the same line is the leaves and the seeds. leaves and the seeds. Because of these words, it is synecdoche. So what is the definition of synecdoche? That when a part of something denotes the whole, or the whole of something denotes a part, it is called synecdoche. For example, our body, is a whole thing, but if I just talk about head or hand or eyes, and it denotes the whole thing. Okay, if I say my eyes, actually my hand is writing. So actually who is writing? I am. Okay, so in this way it is synecdoche. So in this line it's very important, three types of figures of speech are there. Next, till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup. So till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup. Chirrup is a word which is used for sound. It suggests sound. So whenever a word when a word suggests a sound, it is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. Okay. Then comes the next sentence, that is a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Branch is the part of a tree. So when a part denotes the whole thing, that is called synecdoche. Synecdoche. Okay. Then we move on the next sentence, that is then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt. And okay, it is repetition. When a word is repeated in a line, that is repetition. And when a sound is repeated, it is alliteration, especially consonant sound. Okay, because for vowel sound it is assonance. assonance, assonance. But we are just concerned about and repetition. And you see, as this word is used in this line, that means it is simile. So when there is a word like simile, or there's a word as or like, that is simile. She enters the thickness. You see, the thickness. Thickness is a word used for something else which is closely associated with it. Thickness आपको अगर इसमें ट्री की बात की गई तो ट्री की थिकनेस की बात हो रही है. So thickness is closely associated to the tree. Okay, so we don't name tree, but we are naming, or the poet is naming, thickness. That means tree. Thickness is not the part of the tree, but thickness is closely associated with the tree. So there is a difference between synecdoche and metonymy. Metonymy, people get confused between the synecdoche and the metonymy, but the difference is only that when we say metonymy, the word is closely associated. The thing that we mention as metonymy is not the part of the thing, the whole thing. It is only associated with that thing which we want to address indirectly. Okay. So thickness is metonymy, and a machine starts. Here once again we find another word for metonymy. Machine is used as metonymy. It represents the baby birds, okay, making sounds. Okay, so it seems to be a machine. So it looks like a machine, or it seems to be a machine when we hear some sounds of movement and chirruping. Okay, as the machine starts and it makes noise, it makes some sounds. So वैसे ही उसमें से कुछ आवाज़ें आ रही है नेस्ट में से, किसकी आवाज़ आ रही है? तो बच्चों की, चिड़िया के। तो थिकनेस एंड मशीन दोनों के लिए मेटोनिमी का यूज़ करना है, ठीक है। उसके बाद यू सी चिटरिंग्स, फिर ट्रिलिंग्स, ये सब साउंड डिनोट करने वाले, सजेस्ट करने वाले वर्ड्स हैं। तो ये तो हो गए क्या, जो साउंड सजेस्ट करते वर्ड्स वो क्या हो जाते हैं? ओनोमेटोपिया, ओके। और उसके अलावा और भी है, जैसे चिटरिंग्स, विंग्स, ट्रिलिंग्स, ठीक है। ये एक तरह से राइम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन लाइन के अंदर राइम कर रहे हैं। इधर लास्ट में राइम करते हुए आपने देखा होगा कितने वर्ड्स को, लेकिन ये तो लाइन के अंदर अंदर राइम कर रहे हैं। तो दैट मीन्स इंटरनल राइम, ओके। और इसमें आप देख सकते हो विंग्स आर द पार्ट ऑफ द बर्ड्स बॉडी और द बर्ड्स तो wings denote birds, so here this is synecdoche. Okay, next the whole tree trembles and thrills. Now the word trembles is actually used for human beings, but the tree is trembling, that means tree is personified, so it is personification. Okay, and thrills also denotes that it is personification, because thrill is experienced by human being, and human being also trembles, but these words are used for a tree, so it is personification. Tree is personified, okay. And it is alliteration also, tremble and you see tree, tremble, okay, not thrill, tree and tremble, okay, it's like that. So it is alliteration, and it's an hyperbole, you can say. The whole tree trembles and thrills, it's a hyperbole, it's a hyperbole, because it's an overstatement, it's something which you exaggerate and say, okay. How can the whole tree move? Because how can the whole tree tremble? Because it's only the little movement which is happening somewhere on the top of the tree, but it is kind of overstatement by the poet. It is the engine of a family, engine, okay. Engine, the family, the children, actually the little birds are compared with engine. So comparison is there, but you don't see like or as. So it is a kind of indirect comparison, so you will call this as metaphor. When there is an indirect comparison, you will call metaphor. Okay, then we come to the next one. What is that? This is she stokes it full. To stoke means to add fuel. So stoke means to add fuel. So stokes it full means we add we add fuel to the engines, but it is it is the nest. So here it is metonymy. Then flirts out to a branch end. I think there is fur and fur. This sound is repeated, it is alliteration, okay. Let's move on to the next one. Showing her barred face, identity mask. So barred word is used for face. Well, you can't see face is barred, okay, but this adjective is used for this face, so it is a transferred epithet, okay. Then you see the face is a part of here the face is part of the bird, so it is synecdoche, okay. Now next we see whisperings, chirrup, these all are the sound denoting words, so it is onomatopoeia, okay. And you see whispering, wh and w, whispering, here also alliteration we find out. Then you see it's very important. Infinite word is very important. She launches away towards infinite. Towards the infinite. Infinite here is associated with the sky, the unlimited sky, unending sky. Infinite means unending. So what is unending for the bird? For the bird, the sky is unending, but the poet is not directly saying about the sky. It is not, he is not addressing the sky. He's just naming something which is closely associated with the sky. So that is metonymy. Metonymy. And the last one is hyperbole. Hyperbole, why is it hyperbole? Because the laburnum subsides to empty. Subsides means becomes calmer, to empty means how can you say it is empty? Because there are the, even after the mother bird goes out, her babies are there in the nest on the top of the tree, so it seems to be empty but it is not. Okay, so it is an exaggeration, so that's why it is hyperbole. Okay, thank you.